As usual, I did not read anything about Aftersun before watching it today. Yes, I had heard a lot of praises that it was receiving across the world, and Mubi was advertising it for the longest time. I was mainly excited to see Paul Mescal in another story after having loved Normal People. Aftersun is a beautiful story of a father and a daughter relationship. It is a deeply emotional story with a big heart. It is the reason I love cinema. It is for such simple, honest and emotional movies that I fall in love with cinema over and over again. Aftersun taps into some of the greatest weaknesses known to humans: memories and nostalgia.
Nostalgia is truly one of the great human weaknesses, second only to the neck.
We capture all the happy moments so that we can relive them like traveling through time. Memories are powerful and can give you the flavor of bittersweet moments blended with the helplessness of never being able to go back to that time again. The movie also addresses the pressure of early parenthood, heartbreak and mental health, and how loneliness can put you in a really dark place. Aftersun offers you the best seat to peek into Sophie's past such that you are reliving the moments with her and growing up with her in that period of time. Sophie must be 30 something now when she sits down to watch the recording of one of the best vacations she had as an 11-year-old with her father Callum. It was back in 1990s when Callum had a handy cam that they used to film during their stay at the vacation resort in Turkey. Sophie was born when Callum was in his early 20s. Callum and Sophie's mom had separated, but they do consider each other as family, and you can hear Callum telling her "I love you" on the payphone. Callum and Sophie have a great time at the vacation resort. Both bond really well in the couple of weeks that they stay there. Sophie even says that it was the best vacation that she ever had. Callum rubs Aftersun lotion on Sophie's body several times in the movie when they're sitting by the pool or are in the sun for long, in case you're wondering why Aftersun. I will try to briefly break down the impact in different segments here, including memories, parenthood and mental health. The concept of memory is presented very simply without exaggeration. The screenplay is well crafted to vividly enhance the experience of memory for the audience. There are multiple shots of reflections in the mirror, water, blank TV screens and shadows and silhouettes. These scenes in a way symbolize memories. I want to talk about two scenes in particular. One when Sophie is recording Callum, who is standing on the balcony. The feed is simultaneously playing on the fat 90s CRT TV in their room. Sophie asks him about his childhood. Callum does not want to talk about it while they are still recording. Callum pulls the plug for the camcorder and feed on the TV also shuts off, showing Callum and Sophie's reflection on the black screen. Then Callum talks about his childhood and the entire scene from then on is only both of them seen as a reflection on the TV screen. This could only mean two things. There is a gap between the audience, Sophie, and the Callum state of mind at that point of time. Some of the moments are not recorded and become clear to you only when you grow up. Second scene is when they pay a guy to click a Polaroid picture of them. Sophie says she wishes they can stay there a little longer. The conversation is about preserving the moment. All the time the conversation goes, the camera only points at the photograph. Everything else will change, but the photograph will stay. The moment is already captured, but you cannot stop time. Callum became a father pretty early in his life, asking him to be responsible from a young age. It might have been very difficult for him to figure out parenthood. Sophie is a mother now and can completely relate to what Callum was going through at that time. This is a nice parallel that shifts perspective for characters. Callum is depressed as he may not be satisfied with both his personal and professional lives. This is not directly spoken about but is clear from the scenes where he cries, practices some breathing techniques, and one scene at the beach. Callum cries all by himself when Sophie is not around. The grown-up Sophie sees her dad in a disco-like flashing dark room a few times in the movie, suggesting Callum was in a dark place at that time, but Sophie was too young to understand. There may be a sense of regret in Sophie that tells her she could have saved her father if she would have paid a little more attention. The ending got to me even though I was preparing for it throughout the course of the movie, but ultimately I had to let my guard down. Very few movies can make you feel the way Aftersun does without speaking a lot. It gives you a visual story of memories that bring joy and maybe some amount of regret. Sometimes filmmaking puts in the awe of creators. The story felt deeply personal at the same time universal at its core. Mass entertainment and everything is good, but my love for heartfelt movies like Aftersun is eternal. Aftersun is added to my list of movies that had me asking, what did I just watch?
I don't think I can walk right now.
It kept me staring at the screen till all the credits rolled out and the screen shut. It is currently streaming on Mubi. Go check it out.